Now, the situation at this time in Canada was precarious for a number of Ukrainian organizations. There was enormous pressure upon the Ukrainians in Canada to toe the party line with regard to the Grand Alliance, the alliance of the Western democracies and the Soviet Union against Hitler's Germany. And there was censorship, not direct, but largely indirect. There's a lot of political agitation. And the Ukrainian organizations in Canada were pretty much compelled, although the government, the Canadian government hid it pretty well, the Canadian organizations were compelled to come together and form a Ukrainian Canadian Committee. This Ukrainian Canadian Committee, or KUK as its acronym in Ukrainian goes, was formed in 1940 in the shadow of this Grand Alliance. And we know now from reading government documents, including RCMP documents, how active the Canadian government was behind the scenes in compelling the Ukrainians to get together. All the non-communist Ukrainians, that is, because the communists were not interested in joining until the Soviet Union became an ally. Then suddenly they were all in support of the war. Before that, they were against the war. But in 1941, they changed their policy and they became great anti-fascists, as they called themselves. The Ukrainians in Canada, by and large, before the 1960s, were supporters of the Liberal Party of Canada, by and large. Some supported the CCF, and some supported the communists. Perhaps 10% at most supported the communists. But the vast majority supported the Liberal Party of Canada. So Louis Saint-Laurent wanted to keep them on side. And he did a number of things in favor of the Ukrainians. For example, he appointed William Wall, Volachuk, as the first senator of Ukrainian background in the Canadian Senate. From 1947 to 1947, and especially 1949 to 1952, he welcomed the displaced persons from Eastern Europe, and we are concerned with the Ukrainians, and he welcomed approximately 30 to 35,000 Ukrainian refugees to Canada.